Okay, I'm very happy to be with Kjell-Ake here at the Martin Parr Foundation. In the last 18 months or so, we've acquired some prints from his fantastic set of images taken in the South Wales valleys, and we're going to go through and look at these together. So maybe you tell me first, how come you ended up in a Welsh valley and you're from Sweden?
It's a very strange background, because I was in the Swedish film school run by the famous Christer Strömholm, and 1973 me and my girlfriend, our small daughter, 8 months old, Matilda, went here because I saw some prints photographed from Eugene Smith taking pictures in the South Wales. And I imagined that the situation at the pit would be exactly the same in 73, and I wanted to go back to see, I want to go there to see the valleys, and this industry was interesting. That's why I ended up here.
Why did you choose Bargoed?
It was just, we took our car from Sweden, and a very old, it was stupid. I think about it today, with an 8-month child in a back seat without any safe seats or something like that. And also very, very old Renault car. And we took the ferry over, and we went around in the south of Wales, and we ended up in Bargoed because I liked the size of the town. It wasn't so big, and the pit was closed, and so that was the start.
And did it take you long to sort of win the confidence of the miners there?
No, that's another very interesting experience, because it was so, from the beginning, very easy. We ended up in a McDonald's pub in Bargoed, rented a room there, and there was a lady playing the piano, organs every evening, and a lot of drinking. And then I met a guy there, and he offered us to live with his family. We rented a little small room on the second floor, and then we started to have contact with everyone in the pub and the bingo, and then I went with him to the pit, and it took some time to come into because I was doing like that all the time when I was standing on close to the pit. But after I went there every morning at 6 o'clock, standing, and they're looking at me, and after a week or something like that, they didn't care about me.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Because one of the worst things you get is when miners would be, or anyone in fact, would be playing up to the camera. So
yeah, they tried to do that the first two or 3 days, and that I learned from Christer Strömholm that you had to be patient. Take your time. Don't interrupt in something. You should be like the fly on the wall. Don't bother them. And suddenly they took contact with me and introduced me for things like, and I felt like one of them in some way.
And how long did you stay there in the end?
We ended 2 months. In September I came there. We went home in late November.
And it was from the work that you'd done in that period, you made the book that we all know.
Yeah. But I came back 5 times to the same place. So when I was in 77, I was living in Aberbarg, the other side, at George pub every time. And if I come back 2 years later, they looked like me being just to the toilet, I thought it was, oh, here you are. No, it was like, hello again. And then
So let's look through some of these pictures. So this is in the Bargoed.
Yeah, that's 1933, the first trip to Bargoed.
Okay, and here you have actually got the miners looking at the portrait, but not laughing.
No.
So that means they know who you are.
Yeah.
They know not to play up to you.
No, that was, it takes time, but it's nice to have that contact.
And here's a family scene. Is this the people that you stayed with?
No, no. This is another. That's in. I think that's in late 76 or 77. It's not in Bargo. It's just outside Bargo, but he was a miner too.
And did you obviously got to know the miners in Bargo? Did you then say to them, "Could I come to your home and take a portrait?"
No, I didn't say that.
What did you say?
No, I just followed them home.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Literally.
yeah. It was no. They invited me. They would come to have a cup of tea or a beer or something like that. So.
And I guess you weren't able to process the films in Wales, were you? Or did you do that as you went along?
I think I did. I think, I printed them. No, I not. I developed the film.
Developed the film.
Yeah, yeah.
Because obviously one of the ways to help to get into a community is to give back prints.
Yeah.
So when you came the next time, did you have come?
Yeah. A lot of prints with me.
And this is nice. Looks like they're looking at the baby in a working men's club.
Yeah, and I think it was a wedding at that time.
Okay, so you got invited to everything.
Yeah, everywhere.
Here's a very nice portrait.
Yeah, I like him. But he's also underground. That's nice. You can see there is nothing about theater. This was very good relation.
And this is before he had the shower?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you get into the showers as well?
Yeah, of course. Everywhere.
Okay, and this must be some March.
This is Cardiff, 1974. That was a strike at 1974. This is from Cardiff.
I thought it was 72.
Yeah, it was 172, 174.
Okay.
It's a smaller one on 74. That's a picket line in Bargo.
You think of these picket lines as being very big.
Yeah, but this was a very small one.
And are they literally talking to people as they walk by to go to work?
Yeah, this is a road down to the pit, and there too.
And is this a conversation going on?
I think so.
Saying, please don't go in.
Yeah.
So how many scabs were there in Bargoed mine?
At that time, I don't think that anyone was a scab. It was a small. It wasn't. They won the strike at 74, and 84. It was closed. The pit was closed. So
okay.
So that's a reason for us to go to Oakdale, because there was no pit in Bargoed at that time.
So in 74, 100% of the miners were out on strike.
I felt so. Yeah, because at that time I was in contact with still with Roy and Marley in the family. But this must be from 74 strike.
And this is the cover picture of the book.
Yeah.
And this is just as they come up from the pit, or?
No, this is just before they're going down, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's nice about this is no one's looking at you. It's as if you're just magically not there.
Yeah, and I like this circle. That's very early in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's one of the new thing I discovered also. These leather helmets. There's a new type, but this is leather.
Wow, that must be a very old-fashioned.
Yeah, and also the clothing. They didn't have these typical working clothes. They have, most of them has old wedding suits.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's funny they smoke as well, because
Yeah.
their lungs must be doing a lot of work down in the pit.
They were smoking before, and when immediately they come up, they were smoking, and then they were walking back. Always the pieces in them down, and I walked up this, and there was so many persons, like halfway up, that he had to breathe. They didn't want me to photograph. I felt that don't take any pictures of me now.
Really?
Yeah.
And obviously you didn't.
No, I didn't.
And this must be. Where's this? It's not clear to me.
No, it's it's on the surface, and there's a place where I think it was some kind of office or a place they were drinking coffee. Workmen's. Yeah. But
this is after the shift or before the shift?
I said during the shift.
Oh, during the shift.
There was a lot of talking in that place, they're drinking tea and coffee and smoking it in this place.
I mean, the miners always say that although it's hard work, the humour and the banter and the friendship make it all worthwhile.
Yeah, but I think they had to relax sometime. And this was a place where they have a sitting here 10 minutes. And
so were they constantly pulling your leg?
No.
No?
No.
But did you understand the humour and the banter between the miners?
Yeah, it was a little bit hard in the beginning to understand the English they're talking, but it was a special dialect. But I wasn't involved in the discussions. I was just like going around, and they didn't care about me. That's the reason they're talking to one standing over here. And
so
I think I have some sort of I talk very lot, but when I'm a photographer, I'm very silent.
That makes sense. It means you're more invisible.
Yeah.
This is a lovely portrait.
Yes, I think he has a Polish background. That guy was very silent, and I felt that he was not the most joyful person, but he was totally relaxed. And I like that too.
And here's an interesting general view. Is this Bargoed?
That's Bargoed, and that's Abbe Bargoed, and that's the pit all down there.
So when you came back the second time in 77, the Bargoed pit had been completely flattened.
77. No, I think the pit. What do you call it? With the slag.
Tip.
The tip. Yeah, that was still there at that time. It's up here. And when I was there 2013, there was nothing left.
Yeah.
Everything was all gone. And then when I was with Hugh Benyon the other day, I couldn't remember where, because I think these houses was gone now. Mm-hmm. And there was forest because, transformed.
So the change of the landscape is
totally
huge.
And there was a big road going just close to the train road there. So it was I couldn't locate myself. It was hard, and a lot of these houses up here was destroyed.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit sad to be back in, because I couldn't. I could see one of the imperial building was is in the book. Was nice. That was totally eliminated. That's true. Yeah.
This is nice.
The history there is very young. These people.
Yeah. So they'd be what, 18, 19? Do you think?
Yeah. Even I think it's even that guy was 16, 17, I think.
And he would expect to spend the whole of his life in the pits.
Yeah, probably.
What age would they retire at? 55? Something like that?
I don't know. Some of them were older, I think. And they ended up, they started on the surface and went down, and when they were older, they went up to the surface again, worked there, because the underground was not so healthy.
And this is them coming up in the cage?
Yeah.
The lift?
I went down with that. I was 500 meters down. That was terrible.
So it must have been very difficult to photograph in the actual pit.
Yeah, the thing was that I had to fight 3 years to get going down. But I was supported by NUM. They said that he needs to come down, because without the pictures underground, there's nothing. So after 3 years, I got the permission to go down. And they had a huge flash, like that. But after 5 minutes down, it was broken.
They allowed you to use flash?
Yeah, it's a special one, in a special. But I couldn't use it because it was too big and too heavy, and it also broke. So then after that, I used my lamp up here. The guy who was with me, you had to put the lamp over there, and almost one more miner, 3 people to put the light on because it was total black down there. And after I said to myself, it was much better than the flash because the flash eliminated most of the atmosphere. I have it with flash, but that's not so. I like more this portrait underground.
So you're painting with your flashlights?
Yeah, and the guy was, can you try to put some more light on that side?
So you had with you all the time someone from the NUM or someone from the...
No, it's the miner from, I think it was some sort of, not a chief, but he was underground miner.
And I've also photographed underground, and boy, do you get a backache. Did you find that constant backache?
Yeah, some places was very hot, some was very cold, and I felt the dust all the time was terrible. And also walking, it was a long walk from when we come down to walk to the faces, and that was it was like that. They were sitting, you can see that in the pictures that you couldn't stand up, and that was a machine working on the side, and it was like heavily sound, going like that. It was close to the people, to the man, and then they shuffled it out. It was terrible. I
mean, given how uncomfortable it is down there,
yeah,
and how dangerous it is,
yeah,
why is it miners like being miners, do you think?
I don't think they don't have so much to choose. That was a tradition in generations. And in some way it created, I think, some sort of a solidarity also because it was very important that they could help each other because it's a lot of times the roof in this area was pulled up by these special hydraulic things, If you took away that, the roof will fall apart. So I was very scared before, not underground, but when I come up I had to go to the pub immediately because just 500 meters down, that's a long trip, and it's soundless, like that.
And obviously they're down there for the whole day. So where do they go to the loo? Where do they have their sandwiches?
They're sitting, you have pictures of that when they're sitting to eat chips and a sandwich or something like that. No, there's no room for sitting and eating. It was just on where they were working. So.
Two ladies here. Is this in the village?
Yeah, that's in Bargoed, yeah. Mm-hmm. God bless Prince of Wales. That's one of the...
Here we are down in the pit.
That's one of the with the flash.
Aha.
Yeah.
And he's carrying what looks like a pit prop.
Yeah, I think it's a wooden thing. No,
looks like a wood,
yeah. Yeah. They have that also in the... I think here is also wood.
So do some miners have the responsibility to make sure it's safe down there and to put the props up, or does everyone have to get plugged in?
Yeah, I think they depended on each other, but no special guy was taking care of that. Because when we went back from these face places, he said to me, the guy who was with me, we can use the belt, the belt from, you lay on it like that. And that was, the wheels was just outside. You had to put like that.
Wow.
Like that.
Amazing.
Yeah, that was, I thought it was very quick back, but it was a little bit strange too.
So you come up from the pit, you're thirsty and exhausted.
Yeah, definitely. And was very black in the face.
It's a shame there's no picture of you.
Yeah, I have some pictures, but not here.
All right.
Yeah, I can send one of you to you.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah.
So here we have a guy with a sledgehammer. Is he breaking the coal as it comes out of the pit?
Yeah, I think it's not just coal. It's like stones and things like that, rest from the underground, and that will end up on the top of the.
On the slacky.
Yeah, yeah.
We are sharing a drink. I assume after they've come up.
Yeah, yeah. He has come up. He's going down, I think. You can see that in the face.
Yeah. And boy, are they dirty. The faces get really dirty, don't they?
Yeah, but it was very dirty in the underground. Was a lot of everywhere dust. And there's a teaspoon.
Is this in the top? Is this at the?
Yeah, in the top. Almost the same place we have with the guys sitting, talking. I think it's in the same room. That was the place where they were drinking coffee and tea.
Do they actually have a proper canteen to go to?
No. Yeah, they have. There was one just to the entrance of the pit. But they come there in the morning, and after washing they could go there, but not cold black. That was not for that. That's McDonald's.
This is the pub.
Yeah, the McDonald's pub in Bargoed.
And is this a sing-song going on?
Yeah, she has a sing-song. There's sing-song almost every night, I think. And she was singing, playing the organ.
So would a lot of the miners automatically go in the evening to the working men's club?
Roy and the family I stayed with, they didn't go there so much. They ended up maybe on Saturday or Friday, but not in the week.
And here we have
that's a wedding
scene.
Yeah, the wedding again. Yeah, and that's I think it's called that's a Workman's Institute, not a pub.
In Bargoed.
In Bargoed, yeah. There's a bingo. Also, I think in Workman's in some. Yeah.
So bingo is a very big thing in South Wales. I've been to many working men's clubs where they have a band and they always start with bingo first.
Yeah. And a lot of smoke. You see, the whole room is full of not just dust from the mine. It's smoking dust.
Because when we saw your film yesterday, it's as if everyone is smoking.
Yeah.
Were you smoking too?
No. No. I use snuff. We have in Sweden. We have this put up snuff.
Did you ever win at bingo? Too busy taking photographs.
No, I didn't. I didn't do it. My wife, my girlfriend, she was sitting here somewhere, but I was working. I had to do something. And that's 77 New Year's Eve in Aberbarg. That's George Pub. And my friend, he stays there. He is.
Uh-huh.
He was here because I had to introduce him. He wrote the text for my book, and we ended up. There was singing, doing like that, and we had to ask me, "You need to sing something from Sweden. You know, that's very important for us." Yeah, we said to him, I told him, "What the fuck shall we sing?" And we ended up singing the international. You know, "Trälar ut jävla stater."
Well, I don't know it.
No,
the only thing I know from Sweden is ABBA.
Yeah, but this is that's an international song for every socialist in whole Sweden or Europe.
That's a great photo of the guy squeezing through with his drinks.
Yeah, and the hats are very nice too.
Yeah.
And they're waiting for the bus from Bargoed.
Down to Cardiff?
No, just around that. Not so far.
Just to the pit?
No. This is close to the pit, so they're taking down the village, close to the place.
Here's an interesting outdoor scene.
Yeah.
And
you see
this is in the pit. Is this Bargoed or is this?
That's Bargoed. Yeah.
I like the guy here with his.
Yeah.
You've held back his face.
Yeah.
So we can see it properly.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's always a problem, you know, with too dark, you know, exposure here.
Mm-hmm. I know. Well, the print looks great.
Yeah. That's
and here's the in the baths and the showers.
Yeah.
And this is all part of the camaraderie where miners would wash the backs of other miners.
Yeah.
So
I didn't care about me either in there. I was still with clothes on.
You're with clothes on?
Yeah, of course.
Well, not of course. You could have been.
No, it could have been. Yeah, but I was there. There was one. It's not when I was done. No, I just come there to show the way of cleaning after work.
And did you have to wait for your camera to warm up?
There? No, I don't think no.
Really?
No.
When I photographed in showers, you have to wait. The camera
Maybe
goes in cold.
Yeah, maybe it was, but I don't remember. It's a long time.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's one of the privilege they have. If you were the miner, you could get coal very cheap, but you see, it's in a different, very special way of distributing the coal. So you had to be.
So it's literally poured onto the street.
Yeah.
And huge lumps as well.
Yeah, and he will bring it into his house.
Yeah, that's a very good load. That would keep you going a whole winter, I'd say. I like the kids that leaping after you.
Yeah, yeah.
With their arms in the air.
Yeah, I was a strange person for them, standing there. Yeah. Oh, that's it.
And finally, this is the butcher.
The butcher in Bago, yeah. He was the owner of the shop.
And did he contribute meat to the miners?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what it is. Yeah, but it was a small shop close to the in the middle of the city, in the town.
Let's quickly look at the book.
Yeah.
So this was published in what year?
1977.
And
that's the guy who wrote the texture.
So was he commissioned to do this?
No, we were left. We didn't get anything for this. I don't think they paid for the trip either. But we used this. No, I didn't earn a cent.
Were these pictures published in Sweden?
Yes, in you know, trade union papers, and you have a couple of exhibitions also in Stockholm. And I remember we have a big exhibition in Cardiff, 1980, in what's it called?
Photo gallery?
No, it's a Welsh. What's it? Swansea. I thought it was in Cardiff. Yeah, but there we have an exhibition. I have an exhibition. It was.
So there's been a lot of interest in your work, hasn't there? Especially of late.
Yeah, but especially now, after so many years. So I got that book was the pictures for the suburb is almost the same as this one. I started with that the same year, 73, with that book, because that's the place where I was living when I went to Wales.
So these are all Welsh pictures, or all of them, or some of them?
The same, yeah. I can show you.
Yes.
I can show you where I also included my family here. Here are the pictures. The last print is that's my daughter who was with me in Wales.
What's she doing now?
She is 50 years old and dealing with what do you call it, healthcare, like things like that. And this is very nice to have this over the head. We haven't any shower. It was in the lavatory room downstairs.
So they had a bath.
Yeah,
that was, the baby's too small for the bath.
Yeah, yeah. And that
Fantastic.
was. Then I have. I like this picture of this guy. That was one of the Social Democratic Party's legendary people. He was Prime Minister.
So after returning to Wales, did you continue your career as a photographer?
Yeah, not so long. I ended up around 1977, because then I started to go to Swedish Film School, and as a cinematographer, and then script writer, and then I've been working as a director for 40 years. So 2 years ago, I think, around 2 years ago, I started to go through my prints. And that was a new career because I had to scan the negatives and try to learn myself the Photoshop stuff like that. And that time I discovered these prints again. And this is a shower room downstairs in the cellar.
Wow.
Yeah. But this is my family, I can tell you. This is my wife and my daughter.
Yeah.
And this is me and my...
Oh, really?
Yeah, we took with, camera on self.
Great, we've seen that. And the films you made, were they documentary?
No, I only made one documentary, and that's the film about the mine strike. I worked with a guy, we made a script together, and cinematography and directing, and I made a lot of films, fiction films.
Would these be for television?
Yeah, also for the screen. I think I made 10 for the films for the screen and some for the television. We won the Pre-Italia, that's the best prize you can win in television in Europe. 82 or something like that. So I lost the contact with the photography, but still I've been one of my inspirations. So I think I was in the beginning more interested in film, but I came into this photo school because I have a friend who should try to get into the school. And I borrowed his camera because I never owned my own camera. So I took some pictures, and Christer said, yeah, that's very good. He said, I didn't know about developing something like that. But
did Christer Stromholm see your mining pictures then?
Yeah, he did, and he was very impressed by them. So I have contact with him many years. And he supported me, and he was a great, but telling stories was his famous for, and some of them was true, some was not true. But he gave me the way of looking at my surrounding. So he told me, don't look down, look like that, and also look up a little, see the buildings, see everything. And have the camera here every 24 hours a day under your
arm.
Under your arm.
Why under the arm? To hide it?
No, it's just I don't say you had to. You shall have the camera with you 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even in the bed, he said, "Yeah, of course." That was one of his things. He was talking a lot, but and he couldn't. He has people. A lot of people, young guys, was. Developing the film. He couldn't. I don't think he could develop the film, and the print, other people also did for him. But he was a marvelous photographer. His print is so great, and I was so angry I didn't took one of these prints into because they cost a lot now, especially these 2 kids with a handbag in the hands.
I know the picture.
Yeah, you know it. And that was this, no one cared about the value of the prints at that time. Yeah, can I have one? Yeah, of course, like that. And that's when I saw David Hearn earn all these prints because he's giving the print
Exchanging
back.
them.
Yeah, swaps.
Yeah.
It was the same here, but I missed Christer.
What a shame, eh?
Yeah. Oh, Anders too. I didn't have so much. He was I think 3 or 4 years before me in the school, but he was always there, I think he was using the lab.
Well, thanks for talking to us. It's been a very interesting session, and it's so good that you came here and did these pictures, and how valuable they are now to the social history of South Wales.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. I will try to also. My dream should be to have them published in England and Wales. So I will continue. I got 2 names from you for publishers.
And what happened?
I haven't contacted them yet.
Okay, very good. Well, it should be published again.
I think so. I think so. I would I love that.